Okay, everyone, in continuing our process here of showing you how to buy and how to do tool grid, I want to show you how you might cut your tool grid boards and how you'll set up your drawer. I like an extremely flush, or I'm calling it a perfect fit. These Sonic drawers have these little tabs that hold the glides, so we need to take that into account. Luckily, the tabs are sitting underneath or sitting above the flush or the bottom of the drawer. I always take out any kind of liner. I don't want to lose any of my height, especially on these narrower drawers. And so when we're done cutting a drawer, it's going to look like this. We'll have a nice flush edge. I want it to pressure fit in place. Now remember, these boards do snap together, so if it's too tight, it'll want to bow, and so you need to find that perfect fit, that perfect cut. I don't want to leave a 16th or an 8 or a 32nd. I want this thing to be nice and flush. So let me show you the different options you have to do this. So the first thing you're going to do, I'd already pre-snapped this together, but you're going to start to snap your boards together, and you want to lay out as many total boards as you can, or full-size boards. I'm going to go grab another pack from the warehouse, and what I'm going to find is that I'm going to need to make a cut here on the side, and I'm going to need to make a cut here on the back, and then I'm going to have one double cut here in the corner. One thing to keep in mind, if you're willing to do this, depending on your drawer size, you may find that I'll cut this drawer, and then what I might want to do is flip this around and then do the cut on the other side. Because my drawer is like the right depth here, I can't reuse that extra cut, and so I'm going to need just all the boards all the way down. I might as well start in the on the left-hand corner and do no pegs, and then the pegs will be on the opposite side because that'll be where I'm cutting. So let me go grab a box of grid boards and we'll show you how to do this. Okay, so here's how the boards come. They come in a box. They come in a 16-piece box. And like I said, we're going to lay out as many full-size boards as we can before making any cuts. So now, I want to push this up into the corner nice and tightly. I can't fit quite a full board here, so I'm going to need to cut this, and I can't fit quite a full board here, so I'm going to need to cut this as well. Now you want to think about this where you don't want to make this mistake because this is expensive. Each one of these boards is several dollars. I think probably like $5. So I want to make sure that I'm measuring properly, and your tendency is going to want to be to cut this side. You're going to want to measure and cut. You don't want to do that. You need to set the board aside, grab yourself a tape measure and a marker. It's hard to make a mark on these, but I use a blue, fine Milwaukee Inksol pen here just to make a mark that I can somewhat see. And so I'm going to take my tape measure. I'm going to push this up to the edge. I'm going to pick a spot in the middle here. And what I'm going to do is because you have your slight adjustment here, now I want precision. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the tape measure up to the edge. So I'm at 5.5, but not quite 5.5. And so I'm going to take and flip it around to measure from the opposite side. Right? So my board goes in this way. I'm going to measure on the opposite side. And so I'm going to make my mark, but I'm going to make sure I push my tape measure because, see, there's give in the tape measure. And so I want to push against, hold it in place, and then make a very precise mark here. So I'm right here just below 5.5. It's probably like a 30-second difference. And so I'm going to make a mark. In a perfect world, which is going to be very rare for most of you or any of you, you're going to have a carpet tile cutter. Now, this carpet tile cutter is not something everybody has, but if you do happen to have one of these, this makes the cleanest and nicest cut. I take my little tick mark that I made. I'm going to lock this guide in place so I get a nice square cut. I'm going to double check and make sure I'm cutting the right side of this. I am. And so then I'm going to cut it off like so. I take my board, One thing I like to do, since I cut it precisely, I'm gonna lift up and make a little triangle here, push down, and I have a nice flush cut. That's a perfect world. Unfortunately, not many of you are gonna have this. So the other two ways to cut, one would be a circular saw, and then secondly would be with a jigsaw. So jigsaw, we're gonna do the same thing, and so I'm gonna take another board. This time I'm gonna make a full line. So I'm gonna want to get a straight edge as well. It's kind of hard to make a mark on these black tiles here. Maybe you'll want to get like a fine silver marker. I don't have one. And so again, my mark is going to be the same. So I'm going to mark this at just below 5.5 because that was clearly correct. I'm going to do the same thing on this end of the board, making sure that I don't have this extra play here because I don't want to be a 16th off because there's a 16th play. Right there. And draw my line across. Yep, okay. So then I'm going to cut this with a jigsaw. And it's not going to be as straight, it's not going to be as accurate, but it's going to be okay. Make a little bit of a mess, but nice thing about Swiss Trax, I can just vacuum this up after the fact. Check my cut. So, you know, got a nice straight line here. Piece of cake. I actually got a more precise cut on my jigsaw than I did on my other. Make sure to push this back into the corner. Make sure this is nice and tight. Okay, so I'll do the same thing with a circular saw. If you wanted to use a circular saw or a table saw, if you wanted a nice precise cut, a table saw would be preferred. All of which you can use any blade and it'll cut through this boards. And then when you're done, it'll look nice and flush like so. Piece of cake.